This is my tip of the day. Bring a book with you. I've got a book here, and I have to go to the doctor, and you're going to be in the waiting room. Whether you're on an airplane, whether you're running errands, whether you're just kind of waiting for something, taking your kid to school, or sitting around, have a book with you and always read a few pages. Not only we should read books like it's 5 o'clock or whatever time and it's time to read books, but it's a great alternative to reading online. It's a form of meditation. It puts you in a certain state, even if you only read a few pages. It's better to read a book than watch TV or do many other things. It has to do with how your brain interprets the information. When you watch TV, it's subjective. That's why they call it programming. When you read a book, it's objective, and it helps your imagination think. When you read fiction, for example, people can read fiction and interpret it in many different ways. Nonfiction also has an even more powerful effect on you because it's facts. Even though those facts are compiled by the researcher, they are usually substantiated facts in nonfiction. So whatever kind of book you want to read, it doesn't matter. I mean, it could be a cooking book, or it could be a how-to book, or it could be fantasy. It could be something serious. In my case, it's a book called The Great Departure, which is an amazing story, very well documented, about emigration, not immigration. That means people leaving countries and going to other countries. And it starts in the around the just after the Civil War period, where it says on the back, between 1846 and 1940, 50 million Europeans moved to the Americas. And many of those Europeans are our ancestors, and Americans don't always keep track of that, but for me, it's a great book. It's very inspiring, and especially with everything craziness that's going on with the political divide with immigration. And I am an immigrant family. My wife is from Russia. We went through the legal process, and we have a child who's half Russian by blood. Now, they're both U.S. citizens. Well, child was born here, but we went through the legal process, and we have relatives in Russia. And to see everything that's going on publicly is really heartbreaking. And this book really gives you perspective, because this is about immigration and immigration historically, how people came here and they struggled so much. I mean, there were cases, the real early settlers had huge rates of non-survival. That means just in the trip over here, they didn't all survive. So all these stories in books are perspectives you wouldn't otherwise know. You don't know the plight of immigration and immigration, and it goes both ways. There are cases where people came to America and they didn't like it and they went back home. And there are cases of all sorts of different situations. And this culminated in what happened around World War II, was basically an immigration issue with the Jews. And then that went kind of in a bad direction. But you've got all kinds of different forces going on here. It's not such a black and white issue like Black and White. So that's why books are good, because books give you perspective. And so that's my message of the day. Read a book, bring a book with you. They make them this size because they can fit in your pocket. If there's no electricity, you can read a book. I mean, you don't need to charge your device, and they're basically not expensive. You can get used books. You can go to a used bookstore and get all kinds of gems for nothing, or at garage sales, yard sales. I like to buy large collections of books on eBay. Like, you can get, like, I bought once 150 books for like $8. You know, it was just people just getting rid of stuff because books don't have the value like devices and other things. So you don't have to spend a lot of money on this idea. And you probably even have books that you have that you don't read, that they're laying around the house. And then, of course, there's public libraries. The library here in Knox County is just amazing. And we love books. We have a child, and we're getting him excited about reading because it opens up a whole new world. There's so many different books on so many topics. My favorite is quantum physics, and Michio Kaku is one of my favorite authors. And when you're reading his books, it just blows your mind. And there's lots of good authors out there, and it's a whole world that once you get into it, you just can't put it down. And it's a healthy thing. You won't regret it. So next time you're going somewhere, bring a book.